As we speak of the very stormy exchange between the two presidents, let's take you through it in detail. Tensions are boiling between Washington and Kyiv at this given point. A heated confrontation between President Donald Trump and Ukraine's Zelenskyy has erupted into public view. Sources, in fact, say weeks of frustration in the White House led to this very moment. Now, these are the details we so far have. In fact, we'd all seen the kind of exchange between these two presidents that had taken place in the Oval Office. Quite a heated exchange with regards to the situation in Ukraine when we speak of the Ukraine-Russia war at this point. And both sides seem to have a bone of contention when it came down to this very war, to this very conflict, with very varying perspectives on how to go ahead with a negotiation at this point. And in fact, following that very meet, we've seen world leaders come out in different perspectives, some supporting Zelenskyy as to how he, in fact, went ahead with the conversation. They've come to his defense, saying that, yes, he was quite correct with the way that he, in fact, engaged and also addressed the entire issue, while others have also come in to say that, no, there is a requirement. In fact, the need of the hour continues to be a diplomatic solution to this entire issue. We will, in fact, take you through a ground report to understand this all in greater depth as to what exactly was the conversation between the two leaders and the very consequences of that conversation in terms of how it has been affecting the geopolitical order at this given point. Let's take a look.
Gambling with the lives of millions of people.
The explosive exchange between Donald Trump and Volodymyr Zelenskyy at the White House may have seemed like it came out of the blue.
Doing is very disrespectful.
But according to multiple sources familiar with the matter, it follows weeks of frustration in the Trump camp. The U.S. president and his top aides have, the sources said, seen the Ukrainian leader as an obstacle to their goals of quickly ending the war, restoring ties with Moscow, and sealing a potentially lucrative minerals deal.
You should be thanking the president.
It's been a tough thing to watch as an American.
From Washington, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Europe and NATO, John Townsend, described the incident as theater, though said it was maybe not pre-planned.
It was something where they certainly were not, they didn't hesitate to jump in and make this into a barroom brawl.
Trump has long taken an adversarial approach to Zelenskyy and Ukraine. But the divide has ballooned in recent days as talks over the much-anticipated minerals deal got bogged down. Two White House officials said there had been no attempt to ambush the Ukrainian president, and U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham said he had hoped the deal would go over well.
What I saw in the Oval Office was disrespectful, and I don't know if we can ever do business with Zelenskyy again.
You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards.
Townsend, however, likened the exchange to a mafia shakedown.
You better do this, you better sign this, or, you know, it was just the rudeness of it.
Exasperation over the minerals deal had threatened to derail Zelenskyy's trip even before it began. One White House official said on Wednesday that they didn't think an invitation made sense after the Ukrainian president appeared to waver on signing. But a deal was later reached for Zelenskyy to fly out. Trump has, however, had other frustrations. In recent weeks, he's told his closest advisors that he doesn't like the way in which Zelenskyy has tried to drum up U.S. support for Ukraine. The U.S. president claimed Zelenskyy has used showmanship to try and win points with the media and Congress.
I think he very much overplayed his hand.
Trump has also openly pushed for elections in Ukraine and blasted Zelenskyy for not holding them after his 5-year term ran out in 2024. Ukrainian legislation prohibits holding elections during a state of martial law, which was declared the day Russia invaded in February 2022. Trump has also falsely claimed that Zelenskyy has an approval rating of 4%. A poll this month put it at 63%. At the same time, Trump has been upending decades of U.S. foreign policy by publicly siding with Vladimir Putin and saying he trusts the Russian leader in his desire to end the war. That's a belief that most Western officials rebuke. Kyiv's backers had hoped the deal would help win more support from Trump's Republicans for future aid. Congress last approved assistance for Ukraine in April when Democrats controlled the Senate and Joe Biden was in the White House. Even then, congressional Republicans slow-walked the bill under pressure from Trump. That led to delays in delivering weapons, putting Ukrainian troops on the back foot in the battlefield. Friday's White House meeting ended without a minerals deal being signed and with Zelenskyy being told to leave. But Townsend says the relationship is repairable. This in and of itself will not stop the process, he said, because both sides want the minerals deal and negotiations with Russia.